Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Daily Crypto Forecast. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ripple XRP. So before I start, if you guys want, head over to my Twitter and vote for the video that I will do tomorrow. BTC plus BCH or BTC plus Litecoin LTC. Take your pick there, and with this said, let's just get straight into the charts. I have here the Bitcoin weekly. So far, the current candle is looking great, it's looking amazing. So if we could close this weekly candle above the high of the previous candle, that would be bullish. That would be bullish enough to assume continuation in the upside for the coming weeks. If the current candle can close somewhere near the high of the previous candle, that would be super bullish. However, guys, it's been only one day for this candle, so we still have 6 days ahead. Anything can happen. This candle can close all the way down here, to the low of the previous candle. So it's a little bit irrelevant yet, but all we can do is monitor this candle during the coming weeks until the end of the week. Daily candles here, guys, the volume is still generally decreasing. As you can see, yesterday, yes, we had a pump in price and a pump in volume. However, every spike of volume you see here is lower than the previous one, which means volume is not increasing just because we had a little pump here. Volume is still generally decreasing, which signals this bounce is weak and we could actually be seeing sideways here. We also are finding resistance at the 20-day moving average, which is a very standard moving average. So I would say unless the volume increases from here, which it doesn't look it wants to increase, unless the volume increases when we are breaking above 3,500 more or less, unless this happens, I would, assume sideways movement from here more than strong continuation in the upsides. But again, we'll have to continue to monitor the volume. So long as volume continues to decrease, I would expect, I would assume it's more likely we're going to have consolidation between 3,000 and 3,500 more than actual continuation in the upside. 4-hour candles here, and yesterday I was showing this descending wedge. I said is a bullish pattern. It usually breaks in the upside. We have a break in the upside. We didn't make the low here, the last low, to make the 3 touches on support that you usually see in many patterns in trading. We didn't have the last touch here, and also again the volume is decreasing, so I wouldn't trust this bounce that much. What I mean here is that so long as you see the volume decreasing, it means that maybe there's still a pattern forming here. Maybe this was not the pattern. Maybe there's still some other pattern here, because yes, it's true that at the moment of the breakout, the very first candle and the very first volume was very strong, but very quickly faded away. And as I said, you don't see spike of volumes higher than the previous spikes here, which means volume is still tightening and maybe price is still tightening. So this could perfectly turn into a parallel channel here instead of a bullish descending wedge. This could perfectly be a parallel channel from this high to this high and extend it, and you can make the case to draw this line right here from the lows of these from these lows to this low here. You can make the case for a parallel channel down here, which means we are exactly at resistance now, and we could actually reject and go all the way back down to $3,000. I wouldn't discount this possibility unless we break above 3,500, which is a very significant level as well. It was our target from that triangle that broke down below 6,000. If you remember from my previous videos, I was calling for the target 3,500 for months, and it was finally reached here. You see it held, and the price reacted to this target, and now this level becomes a very significant level. You see it became resistance here, it became resistance here, and it's acting as a resistance now again. So let's see if it breaks above this level and we actually see volume increasing, then okay, I will assume continuation in the upside. But so long as the volume is not impressive, I'm gonna be more leaning towards sideways market and consolidation between 3,000 and 3,500. Moving on to Ripple, these are the weekly candles for the longer term view, and we can see here we're actually bouncing on a very significant support trend line here. I wasn't paying attention to this line, I saw it today, so it comes from this high here. It acted as a support all this time here during 2017. Then everything blew up, and then it came back down to this same level of support. We had another bounce on this support, so it's a very significant support actually, and now we're having a bounce again on this support. So you can see here this is forming a very big triangle or tightening pattern. So I think this is going to be very interesting to watch in the coming weeks or few months, because if it does break in the upside, then it's very likely this could have been the bottom. However, of course, it's not even that likely that this descending resistance will actually break in the upside for now, because we are in a full-on bear market. I'm more safe assuming continuation, and continuation in this case is in the downside. So what I'm trying to say here is that I think it's more likely this line will not be broken in the upside, and we will continue the downtrend. This will continue to act as a resistance, and I'm going to continue to assume lower lows unless this line actually breaks in the upside and it shows some strength at the moment of the breakout. But yeah, pay attention to this triangle, and especially to this descending and resistance trend line here. Moving on to the daily candles for XRP to see the shorter term trading here. And yeah, like the rest of the market, crypto in general, we're having an oversold bounce here. It looks quite strong, at least the first candle. The volume, I'm not sure how reliable the volume is here on Poloniex, but yeah, there's not a lot of volume really. So how I would get the targets here if I was if I had a position on XRP, or if I was trying to to trade these shorter term movements, I would use the Fibonacci retracement from the high of this last high here to the bottom. So taking the whole vertical distance of the drop, and the Fibonacci retracement will give you the significant levels where it will find resistance on the way up. So we are right now finding resistance at the 23.6, which is the price is 0.352. The next level of resistance, if we break above this one for the 38.2 Fibonacci level, it's going to be at around 0.4, so 40 cents for Ripple. If that one was to break in the upside, then the 50% fib level will be at the price of 0.426, more or less. So as I was saying, if I was playing this short-term trading, I would use these Fibonacci levels as the targets to scale out and take profit, take some profit out of the table. As the price touches levels, you take some off the table. If it gets to the next level, you take more out of the table. And I would probably be closing the position at the 50% fib level, which is at 0.42 or 0.43 cents. And again, I would only re-enter my position here. I would only re-enter long on Ripple if the price can actually break outside this main descending trend line, because this would be the very first sign that we could have seen the bottom of the bear market. I highly doubt this is going to happen. I don't think so. I think it's more likely continuation, and in this case continuation is in the downside. But again, I don't have a crystal ball, so I always prefer to wait for signals. I would be for sure exiting this trade in my fib levels here that I just showed, and I would only re-enter long if this breaks outside resistance, and then I would probably wait for the pump to finish and then come back and retest some level of of support, because even if this was the bottom here, or even if we saw the bottom in one of these lows here, and this was the end of the bear market and we break bullish here, I still don't expect that we're gonna go into a full-on bull market all of a sudden. No, I would assume, yes, we would break resistance, but at some point come back and retest, previous lows, not break the previous lows, but consolidate there for, for a long time, for 6 months, for a year, however long it takes for the consolidation accumulation period. So I would be looking to accumulate there, but my very first signal that I would wait for to start thinking about calling bottoms of the bear market would be breaking outside this significant downtrend resistance line here. So I hope this is clear, guys. I think that's all for today's charts. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow right here. Bye.